sent here by my true friend and comrade, the Golden One, then welcome to Survive the Jive. This is a little taster of the kind of thing I do on this channel, but this is about a kind of overview of the god known as Mithras. Now, normally when I talk about Indo-European studies and like syncretism, I talk about how gods in different Indo-European traditions are related from a common ancestor. But Mithras is a bit different. Although you find him, there's a Roman god Mithras, there's in Avestan there's Mitra, and there's in Hinduism there's Mithras as well. These aren't all derived from one Proto-Indo-European source. Rather, this god comes through the Indo-Iranic peoples and then comes into Europe and is adopted and then changes later. There isn't a European one of that antiquity. So the ones we have of the greatest antiquity is Mitra, which is attested in Iranian history, and also who's related to the Sanskrit as well version as well, Mithra. And there's even the Kalash people, who are a tribe of people in a remote part of Pakistan hills who still have blonde hair and blue eyes, many of them. They also, in their religion, their pagan religion, have some Hindu deities, not all of them, but only some of the more Indo-European ones, or Indo-Iranic ones from the Aryans, and such as Indra and Mitra. Most people, though, when they think of Mithras, they think of the Roman religion of Mithras, and that actually is derived from the Persian one, not from the Proto-Indo-European one. So the Persian cult came via Greece back into Europe, and it changed. So the original meaning of Mitra in Indo-Iranic language, or Proto-Indo-Euranic, from which the Persian language, Avestan, and Sanskrit, the language of Hinduism, are both derived, it kind of means pact or contract. But the deity himself is quite distinct. The way that he was worshipped in Iran and India is distinct, and then when he comes into Rome, he becomes again something quite distinct. The Mithraic cult in Rome became a military cult, and the Mithraic mysteries, as they're called, were quite distinct from Roman religion in general. Only men could follow this religion, and almost entirely military. It was mostly soldiers who followed it. There was something enigmatic and compelling about this cult that many scholars today are still fascinated by. We know about the cave-like places in which Mithras was worshipped among this Roman cult, which is called a Mithraeum. Vargas even said that Mithraeum thing, in his opinion, goes back to the very prehistoric religion of Europe, which would involve caves. The Mithraeum always has a scene depicted of Mithras wearing a Phrygian cap, slaughtering a bull, and there are other symbols, a serpent, a crab. Really, no one can be quite certain what these mean. But these symbols aren't found in the older examples of Mithras worship in the East. So they seem to have developed in Rome among this military cult. So what can I say about this interesting thing? Many people have even speculated that in modern history, the emergence of the Freemason cult is in fact copying the Mithraic cult of Rome, because it similarly to Freemasonry, it had this initiatic system where a brotherhood of men come together in secret, and you rise up the ranks in it. Different secrets of the cult are revealed to you as you progress. So that's part of the reason we don't really fully understand the cult of Mithras. But what we do have is so much archaeology across the old Roman Empire, going even in Britain and all across Europe, of these evidence of Mithras worship. And I find something very interesting about the way that Mithras is depicted. One is the Phrygian cap, and the other is the fact that he's slaughtering a bull, because the Proto-Indo-European origin myth that has been reconstructed from all different very old European and Indo-European myths involves the slaughter of a bull, or just like the depiction of Mithras. So it may be that somehow in Rome they were aware of the antiquity of this ancient origin of all the Indo-European religions, and perhaps the Mithraic cult even involved remembrance of that and had this sacrifice that began all sacrifices. If you want to know more about that reconstructed myth, you should see my Proto-Indo-European video and also my video on sacred cows, because I address it in both. Another thing that goes back to the Proto-Indo-Europeans about the cult of Mithras in Rome is this hat. And I love that hat. We call it in English usually a liberty cap, because during the French Revolution it was associated with revolutionaries, Lady Liberty and stuff, wearing this sort of Smurf-like hat folded forwards. They were reviving the old Trojan look, and actually it comes, we see in history many different peoples wearing it. The Romans depicted the Sarmatians as wearing it, the Sarmatians, who were Scythian people, and the Sarmatians, when they've done DNA analysis, are 80% of steppe ancestors, 80% in common with the Yamnaya, almost certainly the Proto-Indo-Europeans, and also the Trojans in Turkey, what's now Western Turkey. They used to wear them as well, and all the Greek depictions of Trojans have them wearing this hat. And it seems like whenever we see a depiction of someone wearing it, in this case Mithras, who the Romans took from Persia, perhaps they associated that hat with the Persians, who were also descended from the Proto-Indo-Europeans. So it seems to me that this hat might have great antiquity and may be a symbol of the Proto-Indo-Europeans, of their tribe, of some way they identified each other. And perhaps that's why the Romans always depicted Mithras wearing it. As I say, there's a lot of speculation when it comes to the cult of Mithras, so I'll let you be the decider on what is and isn't the truth. Anyway, if you like this kind of video and you want to learn more, then go through some of my old videos, because I've been making them for years and there's lots to see. Thanks for watching.